Okay, so today we're diving into, well, kind of a crazy topic, right? Like some big G changes happening in the U.S. government.
Yeah, definitely big changes. We're talking the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, the one that Elon Musk is running.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Loge, a lot of people are talking about it, but we wanted to like really break it down for you, whether you need this for work or you're just curious or, just want to be in the know.
It's important to be informed, for sure.
Absolutely. And we're basing this deep dive on a report, right? It's called, hold on, Department of Government Efficiency in the United States, Achievements and Progress. So, pretty straightforward title.
To the point.
Yeah, but the content. I mean, this report talks about shrinking a whole government agency by like 97% of its people. And then there's the thing about them wanting access to, your tax data, plus AI chatbots replacing government workers. And get this, billions, billions of dollars in cuts. It's wild.
Definitely a lot to unpack. And that's where we come in, right? We're going to try and figure out what this all means for, well, for you, because efficiency can sound good, sure, but there can be, downsides too, trade-offs.
Right, right. Okay, so first things first. What is this DOGE thing? Like, what's their whole deal?
So basically, DOGE wants to totally shake up the government, cut a lot of regulations, reduce spending. The idea is that if you make things, leaner, then government can do more, faster, and for less money.
Yeah. Streamlining, cutting the fat.
Exactly. And they're using USAID, the United States Agency for International Development, as their poster child.
USAID. Remind me, what do they do again?
They do a ton of humanitarian work all over the world, disaster relief, fighting poverty, that kind of stuff.
Oh, right, right. Important stuff.
Absolutely. And they used to have over 10,000 employees, but DOGE cut that down to under 300.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait. From 10,000 to under 300. That's That's insane. Like, is that even possible? And are they actually being more efficient? Or are they just, I don't know, gutting this whole agency?
It's definitely a huge change. And you have to wonder, can such a tiny staff actually handle all the stuff USAID does? Effectively. And then what does it say to other countries when we make a cut like that? Makes you think, right, about what our priorities really are.
Yeah, big time. It's like efficiency, sure, but at what cost? And speaking of costs, there's this other thing in the report. DOGE wants access to IRS data, everyone's tax information. They claim it'll help them make taxes simpler or something.
Well, yeah, potentially. If they have all that data, they can theoretically make things more efficient, smoother. But man, the privacy issues are huge. What's to stop them from misusing all that information? Well, where are the safeguards? It makes you wonder, how comfortable are you with the government having all your financial details?
It's a tough one, right? On the one hand, efficiency sounds great. On the other hand, Big Brother. Yikes.
Exactly. And that's a running theme throughout this whole report, really.
Okay, so moving on. There's this thing called GSI. Basically, it's an AI chatbot for the General Services Administration.
Think of it like those chat bots you get on websites, the ones that pop up when you're ordering food or booking a flight.
Oh, right, right. Except this one is like a government worker.
Kinda, yeah. It's designed to, answer questions, handle tasks, that kind of thing, 24/7.
So this is basically taking the whole, remember Trump's AI first thing?
Yeah, that's a good comparison. This is the next level of that. More and more automation in government.
And I mean, so it makes sense, like maybe it could be more efficient, faster, cheaper, available all the time. But then there's the whole, what if the AI messes up? Or, what if you need to talk to a real person?
Totally. We've seen with things like facial recognition, the AI can be biased. It can make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes have real consequences for real people. It's not always as simple as just plugging in an algorithm.
It's funny. Sometimes I think all this efficiency stuff is just making things more complicated.
I get what you mean. Sometimes you just want to talk to a human being who can actually understand your situation.
Exactly. Okay, last thing from the report. This one's a doozy. Budget cuts, massive ones. We're talking billions with a B. And they even mention potentially eliminating the Department of Education. What?
Yeah, that's a big one. The argument is that, it would cut down on bureaucracy, give more control to individual states.
But isn't education a fundamental thing? I mean, shouldn't the federal government be involved in making sure everyone has access to good schools?
That's the debate, right? Because if you just dump it all on the states, some states might not have the resources to, handle it. And what happens then? Fewer teachers, bigger class sizes. It could really impact the quality of education.
And that affects everyone, right? Parents, students, teachers. Even if you don't have kids in school, it matters.
Absolutely.
Okay, wow. So we've covered a lot of USAID getting slashed, the IRS data thing, AI taking over government jobs. and potentially no more Department of Education, all in the name of efficiency.
It's a lot to process, and it really makes you think about, like, what does good government look like in this day and age? Is it just about doing things as cheaply as possible, or is there more to it than that?
Right, like what about fairness and accountability and making sure everyone has access to the services they need?
Big questions.
And there are definitely no easy answers. But hey, at least you're armed with some information now. So think about it, right? How do you feel about all this? How might it impact you? What kind of future do you want for our government?
Your voice matters. Stay informed, stay engaged. That's how we make a difference.
You got it. And thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll catch you next time.